Everyone give him a huge round. So Coach McNeil actually graduated from Ragsdale High School, where he was a basketball player and a football player who lettered in both sports. He also went on to go ahead and play football at Mars Hill University, where he graduated in 1999. Proud alumni. So the best thing about what I liked about, and he teaches English. So he believes in academics first, and sportsmanship second. So during the interview, it was a pleasure to see that he wanted to bring the community back together. And one of the things that he mentioned was starting camps and everything here on campus. And I just think that was a great way to get the community involved. And Mr. Glenn has a few things he wanted to add.
Yes, just to piggyback from Coach Jones, the academic piece was a big component that went into our decision, especially one of the pluses with having a alum and a Ragsdale grad here before you to come into the building. We wanted to make sure that we're tapping into our community and making sure that we're continuing to evolve within our Tiger Pride that we have here at the school. One of the things that we did speak about in the interview process, and a firm believer that I am in, is that the path to the court is through the classroom. You guys know me, especially our administrative team, that we're always speaking academics and making sure that you guys are doing what it takes in the classroom, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to get on the court. And we are a firm believer in Coach McNeil, his ability, for one, as being a teacher, and what those possibilities could look like for us here at Ragsdale as well, to uplift you guys and make sure that you are overly prepared for your next steps once it's time for you to cross that stage to walk into the next steps into your future. He does bring a wealth of basketball knowledge, coming from Charlotte and playing in a very, very tough conference that I'm very familiar with. I am a product of Charlotte Mecklenburg school system there, so I do know the tough conference that he did come from. So he's one that is willing to compete. He's not afraid to shy away from competition. As you guys know, our conferences has changed for next year, and we will be playing some of the best, and we believe Coach McNeil is going to help us rise to that occasion. And without further more, we're glad to have Mr. McNeil here.
So he has 21 years of experience. His last 21 years have been in the Charlotte Mecklenburg County Schools. He has 25 years of experience overall coaching basketball, and he is coming from Mallard Creek the last 5 years. So we got to steal. As far as the knowledge and everything, I did tell him that today his son Ace is going to go ahead and steal the show. He might be the reason we're all here, but Ace is actually going to steal the show. And his wife Charlotte, we welcome them with welcome arms. Coach.
How's everyone doing? Glad to be here. So I've always said that if I left Charlotte, it would be to come back and coach here. The time that I spent here kind of shaped me as a young man and made me get into teaching and made me get into coaching. And so when the opportunity came up, it was a no-brainer for me. So I jumped at the opportunity, reached out, and had the interview. And I'm fortunate to be here, right? And so, like they said, I've been in Charlotte for 21 years. I've coached in the toughest conference in the state. I was an assistant at Vance. It's now Julius Chambers, right? So I was there for 6 years. I was at Hopewell High School. I had Bryce Williams, who's at Nebraska right now, is getting ready to get drafted. I talked to the Pistons and the Spurs. So one of those two teams are gonna draft him pretty soon here in the spring. And then I was a head coach at Mallard Creek. So, tough conference, North Meck, Chambers, and we compete. So, nobody in this conference scares me, Smith. I'm undefeated against Page, right? I'm not worried about that. Dudley, I'm undefeated against Dudley. And so my brother coaches the girls at Dudley. So, I'm familiar with the conference. I'm not scared to compete. Like they said, I'm used to competing. I'm used to packed gyms, so we're gonna get it back packed in here. And you're gonna be good, right? It's not gonna be easy, right? It's gonna be hard, but you're gonna get good. Getting good, staying good is hard. It's hard work, all right? So we're gonna put in the work and we're gonna do it. I just have a couple things to say, and then I wanna kind of open it up to you guys, because it's all about you. It's not about me. But I did have a couple things I wanted to say. I didn't bring a PowerPoint, any of that stuff. You're gonna see it enough, you're gonna hear it enough. You're gonna be able to say it verbatim, You're gonna get tired of it. Probably sleep and breathe these words. But the first thing I have is you're gonna be a well-coached team, right? You're gonna be a well-coached team. What does that mean, Coach McNeil? That does not mean that you set perfect screens. That does not mean that you shoot a high percentage from three. That means two things. The first thing is everyone adheres to the culture, right? Whatever the culture is, everybody buys in. If you don't buy in, maybe this is not the place for you, or we may have to have a conversation to get you to buy in, whatever your situation is. But in order to be well coached, everybody's gonna adhere to the culture. And the second thing is identifiable standards. What is the standard when we walk in the gym? What do we leave out with? What do they say? Do you play hard, right? Are you a menace on the defensive end of the court? Do you attack the offensive glass or relent? What are your standards, right, when you walk out of a gym? Because they're gonna say something about you when we walk out of every single gym. What is that standard? Right? So those two things, you're gonna be well coached in that regard. The second thing is we have 4 pillars of culture, right? So how are we gonna build culture around here? It's just 4 things, not a whole bunch of things. The first thing is strength of the pack, right? You cannot do anything to weaken us in the classroom, off the court, on the court, right? Everything that you do has to bring us together and make us stronger. So if you're not performing in the classroom, we got to talk about that. We got some things to do that'll make you not do those things anymore, right? Every zero, you run for every zero. Zeros for me are non-negotiable. That means you said today I'm just not going to do it, and that's not acceptable, right? If you make a 50 on the test, I can get with that. We can get you help. That means I didn't understand the material, but you gave an effort. But we're gonna give high effort in the classroom, high effort on the court. Doing those things weakens the pack. We're not gonna do that. Second thing is relentless effort, right? Effort. I don't coach effort. You give effort simply because you live and you breathe. I'm breathing, I give effort, right? I woke up this morning, I give effort. In the classroom, it's gonna be your effort in the classroom, right? It's not gonna be mistakable, it's gonna be noticeable, right? Your effort on the court is gonna be noticeable, right? The third thing is this: fall in love with the process of getting better. Fall in love with the process of getting better, right? And I tell this to young people all the time. The thing about a process is it involves steps, right? As you take steps, you elevate. So once you get to the top of the steps, you're able to look back at the process and you're able to see things clearly. You see why the attention to detail matters. Because I've elevated, I can see things clearly. I'm 6'2.5", 6'3". I can see a lot of things that my younger brother can't see. Right? I'm a little taller than him. I'm elevated, right? And so you can look back at the process and say, I know why the attention to detail matters, right? I know why the effort matters now, because you've elevated yourself throughout the process. The last thing is mindful communication and emotional stability, right? So when I have to address you, how does that look and what's being said? When you have to address each other, right? Because you're going to be leaders. So the culture is going to be how you drive it. So when you have to address each other, how does that look? And what should be said when you have to address each other? Somebody's not performing up to standard in the classroom. It's your job to say something, because again, that weakens the pack. So what should that conversation look like and what should be said? 4 pillars of culture, just 4 things. Every day you're gonna hear those things. You're gonna be able to say it, right, in your sleep. The work. What does the work look like, right? So the work is based off of the law of the price tag, right? All of you guys like nice, expensive things. Some of you guys, I see the sneakers that you're wearing, you understand price, right? So the law of the price tag is this: everybody pays the price. There's no free rides. Everybody, every day, in the classroom, hallway, right? And on the court. Everybody pays the price. Second thing is the price is paid every day. There's no IOUs, there's no credit, right? There's no can I get you tomorrow? No, the price is paid every day. Third thing is this, as you continue to get better, the price must increase. As you continue to get better, the price increases, your effort, your output, right? Your focus, your grit, it increases every day. And then the last thing is this, the price can never go down, never, right? So once you establish the baseline, you either gotta hit that baseline or rise above it, right? We're not gonna perform below our baseline. We're not gonna perform below our talent level. And you have talent. I watch 12 games, right? I'm an English teacher. I do my research. I watch 12 games, right? One thing I've said to everybody that I talk to about the job, that's not a 1 in 23 team. That team, they have too much skill. You should have beat Southwest, right? Page, you should have beat Page, right? There's a lot of games that I watched that you should have, Reynolds, right? I actually watched your game against Reynolds because we played Reynolds, right? So I watched your game to prepare for should have beat Reynolds, right? So, again, you're gonna be good. You're not a 1 in 23 team. So once you establish your baseline, you will not perform below your talent. And then the last thing is this, your slogan is gonna be this, right? This is gonna be your slogan, if you choose to accept it, all right? First quarter pressure, fourth quarter diamonds. That's your, it ain't gonna look, if you know anything about the diamond process and making diamonds, it don't shine right away, right? You gotta continue to apply pressure. We're gonna apply pressure to everybody in this conference. Smith, Dudley, Page, Southwest Guilford, right? They were my rivals when I was here. I still can't stand them. I don't wear green to this day because of them. I get pinched on, St. Patrick's Day because I refuse to wear green, right? We're gonna get everybody. We're applying pressure to everybody and you're gonna get better every single day. You have no choice, right? So, that's all I have, right? I don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking. I want to make this about you. I want to know what your needs are. I want to know what your questions are or what your concerns are. And so that's all I have. I want to turn it over to you guys to see if you have any questions or to see if you have any concerns or if I need to address anything with you guys.